Hello everyone. So today we kick off our graphic design class for beginners. So today we'll start off with an introduction to graphic design, and I'll give you a brief history and evolution of graphic design over the past centuries, and then we'll dive into why graphic design is important in the first place. So I hope you find this informative and at the same time you find it fun, because that's my goal. So yeah, let's get right into it. So you want to learn graphic design? Let me help you. But first, let me tell you a bit about myself so that you know that I know, right? Because when I actually don't know anything. So let me give a brief history of myself. I am Martha Asachuni. I am a child of God, a final year medical student at the Copperbelt University School of Medicine, and a freelance graphic designer. So it all started in 2021 when I came across a class for social media management and digital marketing, a free class. So I registered for the class, attended, and lo and behold, it was the best class ever. It propelled my graphic design career, because I found out that graphic design is not just making posters. Like, it's a very broad it's a spectrum of activity. There's a lot that you can do as a graphic designer. You can be a creative designer, you can be a brand identity designer, you can be a logo designer. But in this class, I will only teach on poster design. I'll only be touching on poster design in this class. So from that class, I was able to start attending more classes where I learned how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva, CapCut, and also I'm making my way around TikTok, like this animal called TikTok. So since I didn't have to pay for anything when I got this knowledge, I decided I had to pay with time anyway, but I didn't have to put any monetary issues into it. So it was placed upon my heart to also do the same for someone who'd want the same knowledge, like to be able to learn what I learned from that one class that propelled everything. So basically that. So throughout the past 4 years, I've been able to work with organizations and individuals and just build connections with such individuals, and here we are now. I can safely say I am a well-renowned graphic designer in my space. So I'll kick off with telling you what the course content of this video is. So the basic questions I'll be answering is: what is graphic design? How did it evolve? When did the profession come into existence, and why? Why do you want to do graphic design? Why am I here making this video when I can be doing something else? Why are you here watching this video when you can be doing something else? So I'll basically give you all those things by the end of this video. So starting off, what is graphic design? As I said, it's a broad entity on its own. It can be, it's a broad entity. So you can define it in many ways, but for me, I have decided to go with this definition because it's easier to relay the message. So the term graphic design can refer to a number of artistic and professional disciplines which focus on visual communication and presentation. So the main things with graphic design is that it focuses on a number of artistic and professional disciplines. So artistic meaning the implementation of elements, principles of design, and professional disciplines, like if you want to use graphic design to promote your business, how you can do it in a more professional way. And at the end of the day, you are attaining visual communication. In this digital era where people are visual learners, it is important for you to understand how to relay your message through visuals. People don't read anymore. They would rather want to see a picture, and that's it. So understanding how to relay messages through visuals is what graphic design is all about. So at the end of the day, you are using various methods to create and combine symbols, images, and words to create a visual representation of ideas and messages. So basically that, it's the art, your art side, your artistic side, being your artistic side, your professional disciplines coming together to create something that will visually communicate what you're trying to tell people. What is your message? What am I, when I look at what you have put in my face, am I able to get your message right? So graphic design helps you in such a way to relay your message in the right way without it being misunderstood. Yeah. Then how it has evolved. History of graphic design. Fiaka de Fintwif. These things have been there since the days of old, since way back. Since even the 10th century, I may think. Yeah, so graphic design has come a very long way, evolving with human history and technology. Its story begins thousands of years ago when early civilizations used symbols such as cave drawings and hieroglyphs to communicate ideas visually. These were the first forms of design, simple but powerful in passing on messages. So on this slide in particular, you will see a picture of hieroglyphs and a cave drawing. So with the discovery of these things, we were able to see that even the people of old wanted to use images to visually communicate what they wanted to say. So these are pictures of important or famous places in the world. The cave drawing of the kettle is found in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. If not, yeah, Italy. And then the hieroglyphs were from the time, the Egyptian history, the Middle East history. So you can find that though it was just the use of sharp tools, like if someone just found, if it's charcoal or anything pigmented, they were able to use it to draw things in their caves. And then like the Egyptians, the Middle East people were able to curve out things using a sharp tool to relay a message. So at the end of it all, it was all about visual communication. People were not able, I'm sure by the time, maybe language wasn't something that had, like the alphabet wasn't something familiar. The Greek alphabet, the Latin alphabet wasn't something familiar. So what better way than just doing visual communication by drawing all these things, carving out all these things. So that's the advent of graphic design. It goes way back, 1,000 years ago. And then fast forward to the Industrial Revolution around the 15th century. So there was a major turning point in the 15th century with the invention of the printing press. Suddenly, books, posters, and flyers could be provided to the masses, making visual communication more accessible than ever before. So now people are just creating things in their caves. But then now with the Industrial Revolution, with technology moving forward, because human beings are always thinking of how to make life better, there were the printing presses. People would draw things, and they would be printed out for the masses to see. So it became more accessible than ever before. And like having to sit, my theory is during the time of the cavemen, you would have to, if you want to go see something, you have to call. If you have drawn something and you want your friend to see it, you'd have to call your friend, oh, let's go to my cave, you go see what I've drawn. But then during the Industrial Revolution, right, there were posters, so it was everywhere. You can just print out something and have it sent while you remain with your original. So yeah, that's how it all started. Technology's wheels were running. People were now producing things better, and like visual communication was more accessible than ever before. And then now, fast forward, a lot has happened between the 15th to the 21st century. But fast forward now, we're in the digital era. There's internet, there's social media, there's everything you can think of. There's now buying bundles every day to be up to date. People no longer watch TV. Like there was a point in time when TV was the it thing. TV, newspaper, there was even those same posters, like physical posters were the it thing. But with the advent of internet, people are slowly forgetting about TV and newspaper, and now just looking at social media. and the internet. So today, graphic design is everywhere, from logos and social media to apps, websites, and motion graphics. It's not just about making things look good, it's about telling stories, building brands, and creating meaningful connections. In short, graphic design has evolved from ancient carvings to cutting edge digital media, always adapting to culture, technology, and the way people communicate. So, yeah, you've seen the trend, how the trend has been, right? It's been moving with the advent of technology, the advent of culture. So we have reached a point where everything is is at your fingertips. That thing you hold in your phone every day scrolling, all those things you see is graphic design. So it has come a long way, and we cannot even know how far it can go with these new ideas that are on the market, such as AI and all those things. There's a debate that at the end of the day, human resource won't be as important as it is right now because AI will take over. But my opinion is AI is what you feed it. It's being fed by humans. So how can something that's being fed by me, like I'm the one giving it its of information, be able to defeat me? Anyway, my line of thought is, if you are someone who, if you want to take this graphic design business, anyway, most of you have are here with different, from your essays you have different reasons as to why you want to do this class. So some of you just want to just learn how to elevate your already existing businesses. Some of you may want to just have it as a skill, and as for me, it's something that I may venture into, like not necessarily full time but part time, and like just like a side hustle. So depending on what your objective is for learning this, you'll find that you still have to know how to leverage these other components that are in the world, like AI and all those things. So to be a proficient graphic designer, you have to leverage on AI, know how to use AI. AI is not evil, just learn how to use it, and you will use it, and it will help you. Yeah, it will be very helpful. So that's how it has all evolved to now. I added my poster so that you can see that these things were just made from my smartphone. I didn't have to use my laptop. I used Canva. Like, that's how good graphic design has become. That's how easy it has become at this point. And then to round up, I will now talk about why graphic design. Why are you interested in this graphic design? What advantages are there? So there are so many advantages, but I've just narrowed it down to these 5 because they are more of what I have seen as my benefits over the past 4 years. So the first one is, it's a powerful communication tool. Like already stated, graphic design helps you solve problems visually and turn ideas into images that inform, inspire, and influence. So at the back of your mind, whatever you're creating, you have to understand that you either want to inform, inspire, or influence. So graphic design gives you that ability. Poster design gives you that ability. Logo design gives you that ability. Digital marketing, social media marketing, social media management, or it gives you that ability to communicate in the way that you want to do so. Then the second thing is that it's essential. It's essential. It's an essential amino acid. It's essential in the digital age. From social media to branding and advertising, visuals dominate communication today. Design helps you stand out and capture attention. So you won't have to shout. Like some people's branding strategy, marketing strategy, like in the marketplace, there are these people who are selling water, it's shouting, oh, amesha talala, amesha talala. But then for graphic design, if your target audience is on social media, is on the internet, is someone engulfed in the digital age, you won't have to do that manual shouting. Your content is what will do that shouting for you, right? So yeah, it will draw attention, it will capture attention, you will stand out. With proper understanding of visuals, of principles and elements of graphic design, you will create compelling content that will draw people, your potential clients, to you. Yeah. Then career opportunities. So if you don't want to use it just for, like myself, I am a freelance graphic designer, as earlier stated, so it's something that I can add to my resume. Like, I am a graphic designer. I can also do social media marketing, I can do content creation, I can do advertising, and even just building my own brand, right? So it widens your pool of career opportunities. Having this skill will open many other doors, I guarantee you. So the fourth point is transferable skills. So graphic design is demanding. It's very demanding. Like, it's a I don't know what word to use, but it's demanding. It will ask for your brain to your the wheels in your head to turn. Like, you have to. It builds critical thinking. It builds creative thinking. It makes you tap into your creative side, and then it also helps you become more attentive to detail and storytelling. So after this class, I will assure you that when you understand the principles and elements of design, you'll be able to walk around. Since graphic design is everywhere, even on people's shirts, you find that wherever you walk, whatever poster you see, you'll be able to pay attention to whether the person obeyed all the principles of design or they didn't. That's how attentive you will become, because it does that to you. It really does that to you. And then the fifth, last but not least, reason or advantage is self-expression. This one speaks to me directly, because I have been able to do a lot of like, the work I've been able to put out has made me understand myself more, and also allow people to know what my purpose is. So through content creation, through advertising, and through personal passion projects, I've been able to just express myself more, understand who I am, understand my weaknesses, my strengths, and all those things. So it gives you a platform to express yourself. Like, we all have. It gives you that platform. We have to express ourselves. It helps you understand yourself more, like what you're able to do, what you can't do, your capabilities, your incapabilities, all those things. So for me, it's really helped with that. Like, that's like one of the biggest wins for me as a graphic designer, as a creative. Yeah, it helps me express myself fully and well. Yeah. So that's basically it on the advantages, and this marks the end of this video. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please leave them in the group chat, and I will be able to attend to them when we have our weekly check-in. Yeah, I'll be able to answer your questions during our weekly check-in, and so that we grow together, right? The essence is to grow together. So this is the end of this video. I already said that. I will see you in the next video, where I will now touch on the principles and elements of graphic design. Yeah, and then the video after that, we will now apply what we learn. I also talk a bit on the design process and how you go about it, and then we can now do a practical application of whatever we learn. Yeah, so have a good day, have a good one, and I hope you find this very informative and fun at the same time. Okay, bye.